Hello and welcome to the Gay Schizophrenic. As advertised, I'm gay and schizophrenic. Now, today we're going to talk about a serious issue, U.S. or urinal shyness, also known as M.P.I.S, male piss interaction syndrome. So, we're going to go over a whole exhaustive overview of my urinating history. So I guess we'll start right from the beginning. I don't know if fetuses pee or not. So maybe I was peeing then. I don't know. But I suppose if it doesn't pee, it isn't alive. So just another reason to be pro women rights. There's that. Pro women rights is good. And let's see. What's this over here? Oh, live chat is enabled. So yeah, and let's see. So potty trained, no problem. Went to school, never had US, until I hit about 12. Then I started getting hall passes where I wanted to go instead of going between breaks or lunch and stuff. So I was a little shy then. And now that I'm older, the urinal shield makes it easy. Not to have those a lot of places. Going in a stall is nice, but I'm not a big sitter down to pee. You don't have that issue. But yeah, so there's that. But the big event I'm coming to is when I went to an Eagles game. Now, the first Eagles game I went to, I basically just held it. Tried to go, couldn't go, just held it. Because that bathroom was so crowded, drunks, people, all that stuff, kids running around. It was just too many people. It's territorial issues. So, I just held it that time. Tried stall, still going to go in the stall, so I just held it. Next time I was a little bit more determined. I drank 8 beers before the Raiders game and 6 gummies. So I hit the porta potty before we went in for a massive, nice long piss. But then by halftime, I was having to piss again. And I may or may not have been drinking in the stadium. After 8 beers, it's sometimes common to stop counting. So, so I tried to go at halftime, the long line. So that's not going to work. Then I tried to go when it was a little less crowded. It was in between 2 dudes without the urinal shield. And that didn't work. So come the third quarter, I really have pissed. So I'm like, fuck it. I go there. There's nobody in there. So I'm like, I'm just going to piss in the stall. I'm not going to fuck around with these goddamn urinals, right? So I push open the stall door. So I'm there puking into the toilet. Really puking drunk into the dirty Lincoln Financial Field toilet. And he wasn't even dry heaving. So it's like, I think you made your point. You can get your head out of the toilet now. Either that or I saw a dead body with his head in the toilet. I just didn't care. So, went on next one. Now, I got on long johns and everything because this Raiders game this year was in like 14-degree weather or colder. So, get out for my long johns, I get some kind of angle and it starts going off. And I'm like, whoa. And so I'm holding on to it, right? And it's just a massive pee stream coming out. And it's not hitting the inside of the toilet. At first, it was kind of hitting the toilet, but then as it got more and more out of control, I started pissing all over the stall, the wall, the corner. Corner seemed like a good place. Like, oh, that's far away for everybody else. Yeah. So, that's my little story about my hi, Amon. You missed the pee story. You're going to have to go back and watch it later. So that was a little pee adventure. I manage. It's not, most places have urinal shields now. It's not a huge deal. Man. So you know who's against women's right? The Decatur. Are you wondering who the Decatur are? I know a lot of people are. They're the satanic, communistic, alien empire that, they influence the Republicans. They're influenced by communist satanic aliens. Now, they'll be the first to say, oh, I'm not a Satanist, those Republicans. But it's like, but look at all the shit you do. Of course you're a Satanist. So that's how they fit into the Decatur evil satanic communist empire. Don't vote Republican. It's not good. Now, I kind of burned through the material today, so I know I had a different point to make. I'm just not sure where it is. Come on, you got any questions? Oh, jeez. We had a hellstorm coming. Lots of snow, lots of snow. Well, I just can't think of anything to talk about for some reason. You got done the story so quick. So, yeah. Alrighty. Well, I guess when you got to think, thinking stick can help. So let's just get our little thinking stick here. See, I ran out of funny stuff to say because it's the Trump administration. Nothing's funny anymore. So that lunatic's out of fucking control. If you don't believe that Trump is in cahoots with satanic communist aliens, I mean, isn't it obvious? Isn't it just so obvious? Ask him anything. He'll give a satanic communist answer. Oh, talk about my love life. Ah, all right, well, I think what's going on in my love life? Yeah, I'm smoking in the den. They're gone. I felt like being comfortable. Maybe that's why I'm not too talkative. I'm not in the garage. Yeah, my love life. Yes, this one guy on Grinder called me a tease. I was sitting there, la, 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 la. I like talking. I like talking. And he was like, we have a long chat history. And long was emphasized with like 3 N's and a G, which sounds bad when you say it. And what's it called? Yeah. So I was like, this guy's called me a tease. So I told him I was available ASAP. And since then, it appears he has lost all interest. So there you go. That's Grinder for you. I asked my boss for an alcohol soaked rag on a stick the other day because the scaffolding had to be moved. And he called me a crybaby. What I wouldn't give for an alcohol soaked rag on a stick. That would help me in my employment of cleaning off box trucks, repair them for graphics. Spend a little idea. That's my main form of employment. So now this is the Schizophrenic reunion tour. If you're expecting like more people from the last tour, then there's really not because it's just me, but it's still a reunion tour. A little schizophrenic humor. Let's see. Somebody just showed up. Please, Americans, don't bomb my country. We just want to live in peace. Well, it's a sad statement of fact that I have no idea which country you're from because we're bombing so many of them. And I'm against that. When I'm president, there will be less bombing of other countries. I think we made our point with our enemies for the most part and are just bombing them a lot. So, yeah. Every president bombs somebody too. You can't even pick a president that's not going to bomb somebody. So that's just the way that goes. Yeah, I'm against the bombing of other countries. Unless we're at war with them or something. Who are we at war with now? We don't have any declared wars. We just pulled out of Afghanistan. I think they declared that a war. I don't know. The American government can bomb people now without even declaring it a war. I mean, that's been true since Vietnam. Vietnam was never declared a war. Vietnam was a conflict. And how many bombs did they drop there? More than all the bombs dropped in World War II were dropped on Vietnam. So it's crazy. It was genocide. That's what the Vietnam War was. Paying private contractors for the years they brought them to keep track of how many people these private contractors in Vietnam had killed. The whole American battle plan in Vietnam was to rack up as high a body count as possible, and they counted everybody they killed. I think everybody they killed counted as Viet Cong. So that's just a genocidal plan. Yes, I'm not a fan of American foreign politics in general, and Trump's even worse. And whatever he's doing, I'm sure it's awful. So yes, you have my sympathies that we're bombing your country. Let's see, where's the timer on this? Well, we are running down. It's only a 15-minute show, and we're at the 10-minute mark about. So, gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Trying to decide if this should be done on any kind of regular date. Every day is too much. So today's Thursday. Oh, you're welcome. Is on this. I guess let's do this every Thursday. I usually have a house to myself on Thursday, so I can smoke inside and be warm. But yeah, make this Thursday at 7:01 p.m. for those interested in returning. So, Izan, what country are you from? Or are you just U.S. from another country? I'm a big fan of immigrants, so that's something I want to. Who has something against Mexicans? It's 1 a.m. Okay. All right. It's 7 p.m. here. 7:15 p.m. Yeah. Who has something against Mexicans? I mean, they are the friendliest, most helpful members of our society. They work all the shitty jobs. They pick the crops. They mow the lawns, and they're generally friendly about it. Also, Fox News has this whole thing: crimes committed by Latin Americans, and really, um, illegal aliens in this country commit less crimes than anybody else because they don't want to get caught and deported. And that's a statistical fact, and it makes sense. So it kind of sounds like it's true. So if you have something against Mexicans, you're so brainwashed. Because how could anyone have anything about against Mexicans? Never been offended by a Mexican in my life. And I guess if you live next to them, they might fiesta a little too much sometimes. But that's because they're hard workers. All right, who can have anything against Mexican? We have a whole party based on hating the Mexicans and other South American country immigrants. And it's just openly racist and wrong. Same with the anti abortion thing. The anti abortion thing is just anti women. Because the people that are anti abortion don't give a fuck about what happens to people after they're alive. It's easy to be like, oh, I care about the fetuses. They never did anything wrong. And it's like, how about pick a more controversial, um, more controversial topic, like feeding kids lunches at school. Stand for that. Some people are actually against that, giving free lunches to kids. Pick an unpopular or possibly unpopular issue to make your main standpoint. You know, I'm for the fetuses. Everybody's for the fetuses. We all hope they make it, but there's all sorts of reasons women don't want to have one or can't support one after they do. And if you're going to be anti-abortion, why not be pro-paid daycare? Why not make them into the same cause? It would be a little controversial, but no, you just want to play the saint, like, oh, I care about the fetuses. No, you don't. You don't care about anything. And why? Because you're aligned with the dictator, with your communist satanic aliens. That's where the schizophrenic part of the show comes in. Yeah, it does get addressed. So we got a minute and a half left. Look at these comments here. Let's see. 1 a.m. for Islam. Paul is for the people. I definitely am. And his parents were not even American. Oh yeah, Trump. I don't know Trump's birth history. I haven't really looked into it, but yeah, if his parents were immigrants, were they or something? I don't know the whole story. But yeah, I mean, Trump was born in America with that much. So, and that's why I believe in keeping his birthright citizenship. So, you know, for the Mexicans and all that. So I don't dispute Trump's citizenship. Now, his wife, who's an immigrant, his wife's an immigrant. And his kids are the children of immigrants, but he's not against immigrants. He's against the brown immigrants. Let's see here. I am from Europe. Some years ago, we talked nice things about the U.S., but more things changed for good. Yeah, it's about 33% of our country that votes a lot is holding the rest hostage. We're not really all like crazy MAGA here. You never see anybody in a MAGA hat because they get their ass kicked. Like, or MAGA shirt, or even MAGA bumper stickers. You hardly ever see those. Occasionally, you see some asshole, but I mean, it's a very small minority of our country holding the rest hostage. Now, I like to keep these shows brief just so they stay interesting. So we're reaching the 15-minute mark, and we're done. Tune in 7:01 p.m. next Thursday. It's 7:19 my time right now. Check you later. What the hell, man? Check you later.